I never thought I'd be the villain in my own home, but here I am, wondering if I went too far. My parents invited my worst enemy to live with us, all for my sister's sake, and I snapped in a way I never expected. I'm 17, a senior in high school, and I've spent the last 3 years dodging the sharp edges of Chloe, the queen bee who made my life hell. It started in freshman year, snide comments about my clothes, spreading rumors that I was weird, tripping me in the cafeteria so my lunch splattered across the floor while everyone laughed. Chloe wasn't just a bully. She was calculated, always knowing exactly how to twist the knife without getting caught. Teachers saw her as charming, so my complaints were brushed off as teen drama. I learned to keep my head down, avoid her, and count the days until graduation. Home was my safe haven, where I could escape her venom and just be with my family parents and my 14-year-old sister Lily. Lily's always been shy, the kind of kid who'd rather read in her room than talk to anyone. She's autistic, and while she's brilliant in her own way, making friends has never come easy. My parents have been obsessed with helping her socialize, especially since she started high school this year and seemed lonelier than ever. I get it, watching Lily struggle hurts them, and they do anything to see her happy. But what they did next, I never saw it coming. Last summer, my parents sat us down and dropped a bombshell. Chloe and her mom were moving in with us. Chloe's parents had split, her mom was struggling financially, and my parents, being the generous people they are, offered to let them stay in our guest suite until they got back on their feet. The kicker? They thought Chloe, being Lily's age, could be the friend Lily needed. I stared at them, my stomach churning, and said, "You know Chloe's been bullying me for years, right?" My mom's face softened, but she waved it off. "That was middle school, sweetheart. People change. Besides, this is about Lily." My dad nodded, adding, "We're doing this for your sister. You're strong, you can handle it." Handle it? I felt like I'd been punched. They knew about the lunch tray incidents, the whispers behind my back, the time Chloe accidentally spilled paint on my art project, ruining weeks of work. And now she was going to sleep down the hall from me? I begged them to reconsider, but they were set. "It's temporary," they said. "Be the bigger person." Chloe and her mom moved in 2 weeks later. At first, I tried to play nice, keeping my distance and hoping she changed. She hadn't. The first night, she smirked at me across the dinner table and said, "Nice house. Didn't know you were this loaded." It was subtle enough that my parents didn't catch the dig, but I did. Over the next few weeks, it got worse. She'd borrow my stuff without asking, leave snarky notes on my door, and once accidentally locked me out of the bathroom for an hour before school. Worst of all, she latched onto Lily, acting like her best friend, helping with homework, braiding her hair, even convincing her to join the cheer squad. Lily adored her, and my parents were thrilled, oblivious to the fact that Chloe was playing them all. I felt like a stranger in my own home. Every time I tried to tell my parents what was happening, they'd say, "Look how happy Lily is. Can't you just let this go?" I couldn't. The breaking point came when I overheard Chloe talking to her friends on the phone, laughing about how she was babysitting the weird kid to secure her spot in our house. She was using Lily, and my parents were too blind to see it. I was done. That's when I met Jake, a twist I didn't expect. Jake was Chloe's older cousin, a college freshman who showed up one weekend to visit her mom. He was quiet, kind, and unlike Chloe, actually seemed to care about people. We got to talking and I spilled everything, the bullying, the move-in, how Chloe was manipulating Lily. Jake wasn't surprised. "She's always been like that," he said, shaking his head. "But she's good at hiding it." He told me about how Chloe had pulled similar stunts with their family, charming her way into getting what she wanted while leaving chaos in her wake. Jake's honesty was a lifeline. I wasn't crazy, and I wasn't alone. Jake gave me an idea. Expose Chloe without hurting Lily. I couldn't just confront her. My parents wouldn't believe me, and Lily would be crushed. I needed proof. So, I started documenting everything. I saved the snarky notes she left, recorded her snide comments when no one else was around, and even caught her on my phone's camera mocking Lily's stimming when she thought they were alone. It took weeks to gather enough, and every day felt like wading through quicksand. Chloe's presence was suffocating, and I was starting to lose sleep, jumping at every creak in the house, paranoid she'd figure out what I was doing. The final straw was at Lily's birthday party. My parents threw a big bash and Chloe was the star, organizing games and making Lily laugh. Everyone was charmed except me. I saw her slip Lily's favorite bracelet, a gift from our grandma, into her pocket. I confronted her quietly, but she just laughed and said, "Prove it." That night I decided it was time to act. I put together a presentation, like a PowerPoint, because I'm that kind of nerd. I included the recordings, the notes, the video, and even a timeline of Chloe's behavior. I waited until Chloe and her mom were out for the evening, then sat my parents and Lily down. My heart was pounding as I hit play. The first clip was Chloe's voice, clear as day, laughing about babysitting the weird kid. Lily's face crumpled, and my parents went pale. The video of her mocking Lily's stimming played next, and my mom gasped. By the time I showed the note where Chloe called me a loser who'd never escape her, my dad was gripping the table. Lily ran to her room sobbing. My parents were furious, not at me for once, but at themselves. They apologized profusely, admitting they'd been so focused on Lily's happiness that they ignored my pain. They confronted Chloe and her mom that night. It was messy. Chloe denied everything, crying crocodile tears, but her mom broke down, admitting she knew Chloe could be difficult, but hoped she'd grow out of it. They moved out within a week. I thought I'd feel triumphant, but I didn't. Lily was heartbroken, retreating back into her shell, and I felt like I'd stolen her first real friend, even if that friend was fake. My parents tried to make it up to me, but the trust was cracked. I started wondering if I'd gone too far with the presentation. Maybe I could have just talked to them again, or warned Chloe to back off. Jake, who I still text sometimes, says I did the right thing, that Chloe would have hurt Lily worse in the long run. But seeing Lily so quiet now, I'm not sure. The house is peaceful again, but it's a heavy kind of peace. I'm trying to rebuild things with Lily, spending more time with her, even joining her for her favorite anime marathons. She's starting to smile again, but it's slow. My parents are more careful now, listening when I speak, but I can't shake the feeling that I had to burn everything down to be heard. Was I the asshole for exposing Chloe like that, knowing it'd hurt Lily? Or was I just protecting my family from someone who was playing us all? I don't know anymore. All I know is I'd do anything for Lily, but I never wanted it to come to this.